do the clap.
Would you like to do the clap? Why do we do the clap, Carly?
To know when it's starting.
For what purpose?
For your editing purposes. No.
What specifically?
So you know when to start the podcast?
To align the audio with the video.
You never told me that.
You claim to know how to edit and have previously done this.
No, wait a second.
Oh,
No.
yes.
No.
Your reporter career?
I said I could maybe figure it out.
Okay. Start the podcast.
Welcome back to Life in Progress. I'm Carly.
I'm Alana.
And I'm just going to start off with my in progress this week.
I'm nervous. She's never had it this ready.
Well,
Ever. Mark my words. She has never had it this ready, so now I'm scared.
I'm going to learn to edit a podcast.
Wow.
Wow. Look at
Editing
that.
in progress.
Editing in progress.
Poetic.
I love that.
I love it. I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't really have much else in progress this week, so that's gonna just
right.
have to do.
Shit, the table's really turned here because I have no idea what's in progress for me right now.
You forgot we do that little bit in the beginning.
I've really fallen off track of staying to my doing 2 phone-free activities a day. And I feel like that when I actually was sticking to it forever ago, I think it was so beneficial to my mental health.
Yeah.
And I really noticed a difference in how I felt. And it was also encouraging me to do more activities that didn't involve sitting on my couch scrolling TikTok all day. So, I still do workout classes as my one phone free thing, but I was also reading, or I was going to the park without my phone, taking Barkley there, and maybe I still could have a podcast in my ears, but my phone was fully away and I wasn't looking at it from the second I left to the second I got back.
I'm really bad at that.
But it helps so much.
I know. It's interesting because we actually that does have a little bit to do with what we're going to talk about later.
It does.
It does.
Wow, you're so right. It ties right in.
Did you do that on purpose?
But yes. No, I didn't. But sure, I prepped. I came prepared today.
Great. Look at that.
Love it.
Okay, so do you want to dive in?
Yeah, let's dive in. I think this is a really important topic to talk about, and it's been a very requested topic. Every single time we've asked you guys for topics, this has come up.
Yes.
So today we are talking about FOMO. And
good old FOMO.
For anyone listening, in case somebody out there, someone's grandma's listening and doesn't know what FOMO is.
Hi, Mimi.
FOMO is fear of missing out.
Yeah.
So it's feeling left out. It's, seeing something on social media where all these people are seemingly having a great time and you're like, wow, I'm not there. I wasn't invited. Or, maybe you're alone on a Friday night, you didn't make plans, or you decided not to go to something, but you still feel left out. You feel like you're missing out. That is FOMO.
That is FOMO. FOMO is scary.
FOMO's scary, and FOMO's real.
FOMO's real, and it's taken over a lot of our lives for so many different occasions and reasons and times, and has given us so much unnecessary anxiety.
So much anxiety.
I can't even begin to tell you guys the amount of anxiety I've gotten from FOMO.
Yeah. I want to kind of anchor this conversation around how we can turn FOMO into JOMO, joy of missing out.
I had to ask her what that was. Have you guys heard of that? Or did you make that up?
I didn't make it up. I saw it in someone's Instagram bio once, and I was like, wow, JOMO.
JOMO?
Get
it just sounds
JOMO
like
trending.
Joe-bro, like Jonas Brothers.
I mean,
sounds
sure.
very on brand for you.
That works for me. Let's have JOMO with the Joe Bros. But yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying before with the phone free thing, I think obviously social media is a huge reason why FOMO exists to the capacity it does. Obviously before social media, before phones, people felt left out and felt like they were missing out on things, but not to this extent because nobody was posting about it in the moment.
Right.
Nobody was taking as many photos and videos, and no one was going out of their way to try and make something look cool. People still were taking pictures and videos. They were just showing up in a Facebook album later or being printed from a digital camera or a film camera.
I think the first time I ever experienced FOMO, and I don't know why I have this memory that is so vivid, I was in my parents' house in Florida, and this was in high school. My parents would do this annoying thing where for every break, they would take us to Florida. Of course, that isn't annoying at all. I just was a brat. And all my friends would be together the entire break, the entire winter break, whatever. And I remember getting so upset every time someone posted on my Snapchat story because I would see them together. And your thoughts just immediately go to, oh, they're just sitting there talking shit about me.
Yeah, or like I purposely wasn't invited to
Yeah.
this.
Even if I wasn't even in the same state,
Right.
your thoughts are like, oh, they didn't want me there.
Exactly.
They didn't even tell me they were doing that.
Yeah, they all got together and decided that I should not be there for one reason or another. They don't want me there.
And it's crazy because that was so long ago when I was in high school, and I still get FOMO to this day. So like, and it's just gotten worse because now there are so many different forms of social media to see so many different things.
And people now really go out of their way when they are spending time with people to take pictures, to take videos, to make it look like they are having the time of their life. When the reality is, the more time you're spending on your phone in a social setting, the less fun you're realistically having.
Yeah. I mean, I think, listen, I totally agree with that because I've been in situations myself where I've made things look way more fun than they are. But then I've also been in situations where it has been fun and I just kind of like
Capture the moment along the way. Yes.
And I want to
Totally.
post it. Like I think it totally can go both ways. But either way it goes, it's still people are doing it for some sort of validation. I mean, that's what social media is. It's validation, it's attention, it's, you know.
Yeah, you also go somewhere if you're doing something fun, like whatever, you're going out, you're getting dressed up, like you want to
show it off
and then get that validation of like, oh, because you went to this place, because you did this thing with these people, like you're cool.
You're cool. Yeah, that's exactly, it's what social media is.
Yeah.
You know, a big part of social media is just being cool, like trying to be cool
and trying to feel validated.
Oh my God, I remember when there are times, and honestly, probably still now, where I would want to post something just because I needed that little confidence boost.
Totally.
I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to post on Instagram because I want people to like it. And I want that little confidence boost. And seeing those numbers help me feel more confident, which is like so sad.
I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people, mostly like on podcasts, where we all agree, like, it's the times where in the past, like we were having a bad day.
Yeah.
Or the day when we were sitting on our couch doing nothing, feeling FOMO. That's when we would post that picture of us having fun to make people think that we are somewhere cool doing something fun.
Yep.
And looking great while doing it.
So what can we do about this? Because we all feel it. We all feel the FOMO at so many different times. Yeah. So like, and obviously again, like we are not experts and we still go through FOMO ourselves. Yeah. But let's talk about like what are some things you do when you're sitting at home all alone and you are seeing your friends out?
I think the first thing is realizing like people aren't intentionally trying to leave you out most of the time.
Right.
So if a lot of people you know are somewhere and for some reason you didn't get invited, don't jump to the conclusion of what Carly and I would jump to in the past. Like, oh my God, they all gathered here
Sometimes
today to talk shit about us. Or, oh my God, they're all hanging out and specifically did not want us there. Like sometimes a hangout just forms. Me and Carly were hanging out and then maybe like Danny texts me and says like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, with Carly. And then Jenna could be like, why are they all hanging out without me? But it just didn't happen that way because me and Carly had plans. And then Danny asked, what are we up to? And I'm like, come on over.
Yeah. And I think in so many of those situations, I've actually been in those situations. I'm sure so many people have. Immediately, I'm like, well, I don't want to go because I wasn't invited first. And then I will choose to sit there and sulk about it instead of just going
and having a good time.
And having fun. I would choose to just sit there and like cry that they didn't think of me when they initially made the plans.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Everything comes down to you and your confidence. And I think as you were starting to talk about it, that's where FOMO comes from. Like fear of missing out. It's just about you. Yeah. It's just all about you.
How many times do you actually have a social plan with a friend or friends and after you leave being like, wow, imagine if I hadn't gone to that. My whole life would have been different. I wouldn't have had these insane memories and stories to tell like that. I think our most special memories are made in like the mundane, like being silly and stupid, not the big events, the birthday dinners, like
Oh my God,
the like
the
nights
freaking
out, like
birthday
yes,
dinners.
like they all end up blurring together. And so I think it's also kind of grounding yourself in the fact you're not missing out on that much, at all.
Yeah,
You're probably
No.
not missing out on anything. In fact, think about all the times we do get invited places and don't want to go.
Oh my God, so
and
many
feel like we
times.
have to
Yeah.
go, and we don't want to be there. And then we post something about it, and then other people are having FOMO from this experience where we're not having a good time and we don't want to be there to begin with.
Yep. It's crazy. It's such a crazy concept because we truly do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
But everyone does it to themselves. Like every single person I know gets anxiety or gets upset or gets stressed, and then they spiral into this whole other thing of what am I
course.
doing wrong?
Also, I think it goes back to what we talked about in I think it was like our friendship episode, the second episode, about wanting to be invited, just like wanting to feel included, wanting to feel like you were wanted.
Yeah. I always want to be invited somewhere.
Yeah.
I always just want to know I'm invited.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Like
that-
know that you were wanted and have the option to decide to go or not on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think something that I've been trying to work on and that we could all work on collectively, this entire Life in Progress community, is when you are feeling that way, really stop and think about how nice it is to be alone.
Yes. JOMO.
It's taken me a long time to really like my alone time, and now I love it. I love the Saturday nights where even if my boyfriend's out of town, I can just order in Chinese food and watch Love Island by myself. Those are the times everybody needs to just appreciate your alone time.
Yeah.
And you said something earlier to me, and I'm trying to remember what you said
Today.
today
When talking about this episode.
Yeah, you said something that I really like. Oh, the phone. I got it.
FOMO.
Okay.
JOMO.
Okay. Half the FOMO obviously comes from social media.
Yeah.
So when you are taking that alone
Yes.
time, yes. When you are taking that alone time and you are by yourself and you are having a good night, why don't you just stay off your phone? That's a crazy concept. If you're seeing something that's making you upset, I wonder if it's possible that you just don't look.
Well, even before you see the thing that makes you upset, just commit. If you know in the past
Yep.
you've been triggered, you get upset by it being a Friday night or a Saturday night and you don't have plans, make that commitment to yourself. Like, okay, you know what? I could have made plans.
Yep.
I recognize that you could have made plans.
Yep.
You could have texted friends. You could have found someone to go on a date with. Like there could have been something, see your family. Like you could have found something to do if you really wanted to. Okay. And so it's about first recognizing that, then realizing I'm choosing to spend this night alone, or I'm spending this night alone and I'm going to embrace it even if it wasn't my choice.
Yep.
And then deciding, and I'm going to enjoy this. And by enjoying it, part of that means staying off of my phone.
Yeah, let me just say, even if you didn't have plans, okay?
Yeah.
Even if you had no plans and maybe other people had plans, it's okay. Just stay off your phone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You'll enjoy it so much more.
Yeah.
Even if it's not about this like FOMO, JOMO, whatever situation, you'll just have a much better night. Just commit to staying off your phone because you're going to have a much better time.
Yep.
You're going to have a much better alone time. Even if it's just zoning in on Grey's Anatomy or Love Island or whatever show, that is so much better than zoning in on your phone and on your feed and watching everyone's story.
Also, doesn't it just feel powerful when you're like,
I don't need this.
I don't need this. I don't need to look
anybody.
on social media. I'm just going to put my phone over there and just hang out with myself.
The same way your phone needs to recharge, so do you.
Yes. You need to recharge. Everybody needs a recharge from social media, social interaction, just talking to people.
Yeah.
Take that time for yourself. I've been trying to make myself do a little recharge once a week. I haven't done that in a very long
I was gonna say, I've
time.
never heard you do this before.
Yeah,
in
no,
my life.
I had a month where when I talked to my therapist, she told me that the biggest thing I was missing was alone time. Even in my relationship with Jason, like I needed some time to myself just to binge watch my reality and stay off my phone and stop looking on social media. It is so powerful to just set that dedicated time to just have for yourself and only yourself, no phones, no interactions with anybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs it.
It's so enjoyable. And it also, challenging yourself to do that. That can be really hard.
Yeah.
A lot of people are really uncomfortable with being by themselves. I
was.
1,000,000% used to be that way.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm curious what changed for you, because for me it was COVID that changed it for me. I was forced to spend so much time with myself. I was like, I don't know how strict like your family was, but like I literally
No, mine
like
was so strict.
even Christina, who like literally was only with her parents, they were wiping down every takeout container, like not seeing a soul. Like she and I weren't allowed to see each other. Like I had to fully just like learn how to be okay.
But weren't you with Jake?
No, I hadn't met Jake yet.
Oh, right.
In the beginning of COVID, I hadn't met Jake yet.
Oh my God,
So
right.
I was really like on my own, and I
Single.
had to learn how to be comfortable with myself. And that was really scary, because before that, if it was ever a weekend night, even a Sunday day where I didn't have a plan, I would feel self-conscious about that. I would be like, wow, nobody wants to hang out with me.
Yeah, I mean, same. Sometimes I get like that. Not in a while, though.
Yeah.
I think for me, you said yours was COVID. For me, after my last breakup, I think I really started to do a lot of work on myself. And I realized that I was just not happy with who I was, and I didn't enjoy being with myself. And once I finally learned that I'm truly the only one that's ever going to make me the happiest that I can be, is when I decided, like, wait, I kind of love being alone. But it took some time. I read a lot of self-help books. I did a lot of journaling. But then a lot of it came from friendships too, because there were so many times, especially when I lived in LA, I had such a small group of friends. If they were busy with their boyfriends, I was a single one for a while by myself. And if they were busy with their boyfriends or whatever, I would get so stressed out. And oh my God, when it hit like Wednesday or Thursday,
If you didn't have plans.
if I didn't have plans, I would go into panic mode.
Sad news bears.
Because God forbid I didn't have something on the weekend. Even if I didn't even want to do anything.
Yeah.
Usually I didn't. When it came down to it, I would try to make as many plans as I possibly could just so I could have something to do. But then when it came to those plans, I'm like, oh,
I hate that I planned
Yep,
this.
I'd much rather
be
be watching my shows by myself
Yeah.
because I know that I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah. I think like the majority of the population or people in their 20s can all agree that like canceled plans should be added as the 6th love language.
Yeah.
Are there 5? There are 5. I don't know how many there are. Added as an additional love language.
Acts of service, gift giving, words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time.
Great. Canceling plans should be the 6th love language.
Yes.
And we all enjoy canceled plans so much. So why can't we channel that into like no plan?
And it's funny because we enjoy it so much because we were
wanted. We had that plan.
We were wanted.
Somebody
People
wanted to spend
us.
time with us.
And then we got the best of both worlds and we didn't have to do anything.
Yeah. So like why can't we just change, like have that little mindset shift of like spending a Saturday night alone or a Friday night alone when you had no plan to begin with? That's the same thing as a plan getting canceled. You end up doing whatever. Like, hold on. Here's another beauty to it. You can do whatever the hell you want. Whatever you want. You don't have to decide with somebody else what type of food you're both in the mood for,
what type of show,
or where to go, whether it's close to you, convenient, or far away. What type of show? If you want to do a show or a movie, if you want to just like chill and read, you can do whatever you want.
What a concept!
What's so beautiful?
I mean, being alone sounds amazing.
Yeah,
like it's
JOMO.
No, it is so nice, but it's hard. It's hard when you're in the situation of seeing people out and having fun. Even if you're seeing people that you don't even know, like TikTok, for example, I'll spend nights that I'm by myself and I'll scroll on TikTok and I'll see people doing fun things with other friends or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, that looks nice.
Boo me, not
Boo
doing
me.
that.
Yeah, then you like throw yourself a little pity party.
Yeah. I really wish TikTok could like put in place some mental health notification of like, hey, we've noticed you've been scrolling for a while. Like, do you want to continue scrolling for a while?
But
or
it would
like,
never work.
Or even just saying like, hey, like go outside, like go do something else. You know, I know it would never work because I have the notifications set, the timers, and I'd snooze them. But like, if it were to say to me, hey, you just scrolled TikTok for 25 minutes, like, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, are you enjoying it? Do you feel good right now?
It's like, are you still watching?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still watching Grey's Anatomy.
Every time. Yes, I am. I always will be. Forever and ever.
No, I agree. I think that could be interesting. I don't think they'll ever do it, and I don't think people will really follow it. So I think the challenge is work on yourself.
Yes.
And try to find little things that, you can do to not get so in your head and not feel that FOMO.
Yeah.
And
another thing you could do, like, maybe it's not somebody you're actively hanging out with and going to dinner with, but maybe you have a friend you haven't caught up with in a while. Like, take the time to check in on, like, oh, wow, actually, like, here's a person or a thing that I haven't done in a while. Like, maybe it's FaceTime a friend who lives across the country, or a grandparent who you haven't called, like, or go check out this store you've been dying to go to. Like, there are so many little things that you can do that will bring you joy in those moments that won't leave you feeling empty.
So there's one thing that I did. It was after my breakup, and a lot of my friends had boyfriends, so I was alone a lot, and it was really hard for me. And the one thing I did that my therapist told me to do, she's like, find something you can do for 30 to 40 minutes that just like make you happy. Mm-hmm. Every single week, I went to Home Goods.
I love that.
Every single week. I didn't need anything.
That.
I needed nothing. I went and I would leave my phone in the car. I know.
Love.
Shocking. And I would just walk around.
It is so nice. It's so wonderful.
So nice.
It's so wonderful.
That was a self-help thing for me.
Yeah.
And it's like find something that for an hour that just
brings you joy.
That brings you joy. That just makes you happy.
It could be so silly.
It could be so dumb.
So silly.
And just do it.
Yeah.
Another thing for me is watching reality TV. It's so silly, but it brings me joy. So I think first thing to do is take out a pen or paper, take out whatever you want, make a list of like 5 things that you can think of off the top of your head besides your phone that has anything, like nothing to do with your phone, and just like write down a couple of things that just make you happy. And then when you are in those moments of feeling anxious and stressed and whatever it is, take that piece of paper out and be like, oh, I'm going to do number 3.
Exactly. Or even you can hold a friend accountable. You both can make that list together, text it to each other so that you each have it. And then, say like, I ended up having no plans tonight. Like, which of my list things should I do? And they can pick. You can make it fun. You can make it interactive and feel like you have a friend in it, even if you're not actively, physically spending time with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think a few takeaways before we hit our would you rathers, which honestly,
did we do that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you did.
Oh, I did. I came prepared, like I said.
Thank God.
A few takeaways. 1, embrace being alone. Like, recognize it as a time to recharge, whether you tried to make plans or you didn't, or you forgot it was the weekend, whatever it is. Like, it's okay to spend time with yourself. In fact, you'll end up better off for it. You'll feel rejuvenated. You'll feel less stressed. Maybe you can go to bed at 9:00 on a Friday.
Oh, that sounds great.
Think about all the times you wish you could go to bed early. You can.
And then you can wake up and have the most productive day.
Feel amazing.
Even
if
if it's
all the
alone.
hungover people waking up on Saturday morning. So recognize like being alone can be really wonderful. Realize that you're not intentionally left out of every plan.
Yeah.
And they're not having that much fun.
Yeah.
And stay the fuck off of social media.
Nothing is as good as it seems.
No.
Everything is fake.
Ever.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
We promise.
So,
all right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm excited. Would you rather be a genius and know everything or be amazing at every activity you try?
Ooh. Like, I feel like if I were a genius and I knew everything, I would be the biggest know-it-all because I would just want to show off that I know everything and then people would, like, hate me for it. Whereas activities, I just think it's cool to, like, know how to do a bunch of things.
Part of me is, my first thought was I'd rather be a genius and know everything because I could, maybe help people in that.
Okay, so you're making me look like shit.
If someone's struggling with something medically, maybe I could solve why I'm so sniffly all the time if I knew everything, versus being amazing at every activity I try. Well, I would love nothing more in the world than to be able to sing.
Same.
And dance and do a standing backflip. I also feel, no, I guess I do want to know how to do those things. But there's so much fun in learning and like not being an expert at things and learning. I feel like that's a fun part of life. But how often do I go, I don't try and learn how to sing or dance or do a backflip. So
yeah,
maybe I do want to be amazing at every activity I try. But that's annoying too because nobody wants to play with the person who's amazing.
Yeah.
Shit, this is hard. I
like the helping thing that you
Yeah.
said. I like knowing things to be able to use it for good instead of like the activity for selfish reasons.
Yeah, like when Barkley's not pooping, I don't need to call the vet 10 times a
Right,
day.
you would just know.
I would just know.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay, little Mr. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So genius and know everything.
Okay.
Cool. Would you rather wear pants 3 sizes too big or shoes 3 sizes too small?
Pants 3 sizes too big,
Easily.
obviously. Could tie it with a hair tie.
What would you not be able to walk?
Yeah, it would really
If your foot
hurt.
can't fit into shoes 3 sizes too small, how are you going to go anywhere?
That would really, really hurt.
Okay. Would you rather break your leg or break your phone? I knew you were going to have questions about this one.
I have so many questions about this
There were
one.
no further details, but I would interpret it as fixing your phone would take the same amount of time
As your leg?
as it would take to fix your leg in order for this statement to be fair. In order for this question to be
Still my phone.
then your leg.
Yeah.
Me too.
Use someone else's phone.
Okay. If
Are you
can't
telling
do
me I
that-
can't use
well,
someone
you can't
else's
use someone else's leg.
Oh.
You wouldn't be able to do your job. Neither would I.
Oh, but if I broke my leg, honestly, here's
Ow.
the thing. I tore my ACL. That was 8 months of recovery, and I would never wish that on anyone. But breaking a leg isn't like that bad. Is that really
You
disgusting?
have another one.
Is that disgusting that I would pick breaking my leg? Because then at least you can still make money and do your job from bed. It depends. How bad is the break?
Yeah.
Are you just like putting a cast on and I'm good?
This is tough.
I'm not trying to do physical therapy again.
You know what's funny? A fun fact about me.
Never broke a bone.
You already knew that. But
Is that what you're gonna say, though?
No, that wasn't. Going back to like being alone during COVID, I was having a lot of like neck problems during COVID. I was in so much pain. So I finally like got in to see a doctor when they were like seeing patients, and the physical therapy place like opened up again, and physical therapy was like the highlight of my COVID journey.
So interesting.
Because it was the only time where I can interact with other people.
Yeah,
And my
interesting.
physical therapist was so hot. And
Oh, I love that.
like he would talk to me about his dating life, and like it was just so fun where I looked forward to it.
Interesting. Well, I have PTSD. But
Yeah.
anyway, on to the next.
Okay, well, so what's the conclusion? Your leg?
Yeah, I'm breaking my leg. I have to work.
I have to take Barkley for walks. I have to go with my phone.
There's other people who can take Barclays for walks.
Who? Who do you see here that can take Barkley out?
I will.
Yeah, you don't live here. One more. Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything you're told?
Oh. Wait, lose the ability to lie.
Or believe everything you're told?
I mean, it's like, what about the white lies I tell Jason when I say I like his cooking?
You wouldn't be able to do that.
I wouldn't.
But if I wanted to be a bitch to you and said, yeah, the air is now toxic outside. We can't ever go outside again.
Oh my God. Okay. When you put it like that, I think I would never be able to lie again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Just believing everything you're told is just
That's
like
scary.
because then that you don't know what the truth is. How can you trust anyone
No,
or
yeah.
anything? Yeah,
That's scary.
Yeah.
But do you know that you have that problem?
that's a good question.
What would
So
you
many
guys do?
follow-ups.
Yeah.
We need to make our own new would you rather game
That
with
doesn't
like
have,
1,000 rules for every
Yeah.
situation.
I agree.
Cool.
Cool.
Coming to a
Life
an
in
app near
progress
you
game.
soon. Yeah. Would you rather in progress? All right, Carly, take it away.
Thanks, guys, for listening to. If you don't already, follow us at It's Life in Progress on Instagram and TikTok. I almost said Pinterest. We don't have a Pinterest. What? Instagram and TikTok at It's Life in Progress. Make sure to follow, subscribe on Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen. And I'm missing something. Rate, review, rate. It really helps us. Go me. I remembered that. And if you have any questions, email us at carlyandalana@gmail.com. And I think I got it.
FOMO not JOMO not FOMO.
Oh,
Man.
Jesus. Okay, bye. See you
bang.
next week.
Bye.